Hello and welcome to the first lesson of the Grade 1 Music Theory course by learningmusictheory.co.uk. Now we're going to start off by looking at the different types of music note values. So to start with, as you've probably noticed by listening to music in the past, music is divided into beats and it has a pulse. Now all music notes are related to a beat in the music. Some notes will last longer than a beat, others are shorter than a beat, but they will all divide nicely into one or more beats in some way or another. Now we're going to be looking at 5 different types of notes in this lesson. We'll start with the crotchets or quarter notes, and then we'll look at quavers or eighth notes, then minims or half notes, semiquavers or 16th notes, and finally semibreves or whole notes. The first note we're going to look at is the crotchet or quarter note. It's called a crotchet in the UK and it's called a quarter note in America. The crotchet or quarter note looks like this. Notice how it can point up or down. We'll learn about what direction it faces in a later lesson, but it's important to recognise for now that it is able to point up or down. Now the crotchet or quarter note consists of 2 parts. We've got the stem and we've got the head. And you'll see these parts of the note in many of the other notes we'll look at throughout this lesson. Now the crotchet or quarter note is normally equal to 1 beat, and although there are exceptions, for grade 1 music theory a crotchet will always equal 1 beat. The second note we're going to look at is called the quaver in the UK and the eighth note in the US. Now for the remainder of the lesson I'm going to introduce both the US and the UK names for each new note we look at, but just to avoid confusion I'm only going to use the UK terminology from there on. So the quaver note looks like this, and once again it can point up or down. The quaver note has all the parts of a note that you will come across for grades 1 to 3. Like the crotchet, it has a stem and a head, but it now has what's called a flag. The flag is what distinguishes it from a crotchet. Now the quaver is half the length of a crotchet. This means that for grade 1 music theory, a quaver also lasts half a beat. Now here is what 4 crotchets sound like when they are played at the same time as 4 quavers. Take note of how the quavers were exactly half the length of each crotchet. The minim in the UK, or half note in America, is the third note we're going to look at. The minim looks like this, and like the previous note, it can point up or down. You'll also notice that, like the crotchet, it has a stem and a head. However, unlike the crotchet, you'll notice its head is white, not black. This is what separates the 2 notes. The minim lasts twice as long as the crotchet, and this means that for grade 1 music theory, it will always last 2 beats. Now I'm going to play 3 notes together at the same time. So these will be minims, crotchets and quavers all at the same time. Notice how all the notes divide nicely into each other. This division of the different notes is key to music and allows a pulse to be created and allows interesting rhythms to occur within music. The semiquaver in the UK or the 16th note in the US is the next note we're going to look at, and the semiquaver looks like this. Now the semiquaver looks the same as the quaver except it has 2 flags. The semiquaver is half the length of the quaver, making it a quarter the length of the crotchet. This means it is 1/4 of a beat within grade 1 music theory. Now here is what all the notes we have looked at so far sound like when they are played at the same time. Notice how the semiquavers are the fastest note, and also how all the notes we have looked at still divide into each other. The final note we're going to look at is the semibreve or whole note. The semibreve looks like this, and it is unique in that it is simply a note head. It has no stem or flag. It's also worth pointing out that, like the minim, the head is white. The semibreve lasts as long as 4 crotchets, and this means that for grade 1 music theory, it is 4 beats. Now here is semibreves, minims and quavers played at the same time. There are no semiquavers being played, just to make it easier for you to hear the different notes. The highest note you heard at the start was a semibreathe, and it was sustained throughout all of the other notes due to it being so long. Once again, notice how nicely all the notes divide into each other and go into separate beats. This just reinforces the idea of a pulse or a rhythm within music. Now, to summarize, we have looked at 5 note types: the semibreathe, the minim, the crotchet, the quaver, and the semiquaver. All the notes divide into each other, and this image shows quite nicely how they divide. The semibreathe is the longest note, lasting 4 beats. The minim is the second longest, lasting 2 beats. The crotchet lasts 1 beat. The quaver lasts half a beat. And finally, the semiquaver is the shortest note, lasting a quarter of a beat. And so that's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching. There are free exercises available for practicing this lesson and all the other ones which are or will be available on this YouTube channel. These exercises are available at learningmusictheory.co.uk, with links also available in the description. Please like, comment and subscribe if you found this video useful, or if you want to leave feedback, just drop a comment in the comment section below. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.